Hello everyone. Today I'm using an app called Touchcast Studio to present for our meeting. I figured that this would make an interesting spin on presenting my stuff. This was a lot of fun to get put together and gave me the opportunity to explore what students can create. Today's March 31st and we'll be having a most awesome meeting today, as you can see from my calendar. Let's take a look at some of the other important things that have happened throughout history today, shall we? As you can see, going back in history, we can take a look all the way back to 307, talking about Constantine and Minerva, his wife that he divorced. That's kind of interesting. Let's go on to some other more upbeat news, shall we? Taking a look all the way, look at, in 1889, the Eiffel Tower is officially opened. Today, on March 31st, that's amazing, you know? 1909, construction of the ill-fated Titanic begins. That's pretty fantastic also. 1918, take a look at that. Daylight saving time goes into effect in the United States for the first time. Wow. 1931, an earthquake destroys Managua, Nicaragua, killing 2,000 people. My goodness. A lot of amazing things happening throughout time. 1959, the 14th Dalai Lama crosses the border into India and is granted political asylum. Man, what a great day in history, shall we say? Let's move on to some of the celebrations for me that I have. Denny and I celebrated a lot over the spring break. Worked one day that week. I got to work one day that week. We went out and played some frolf. Don't laugh too hard at us, Gloria. It was really a good time. If you haven't ever done it, you should really enjoy going out and doing that at some point. Also, as you can tell, I have shaved my beard off. Leslie, if you'd like to, we could take a moment of silence for a man that has had to shave his facial hair off if necessary. Here's the process. As you can see, I started out with a full beard. I did, at one point in time, shave in a mustache just for a few moments to document its horrifying aspects. And at the end, this is basically all the spring cleaning that I did over the entire spring break. It was a real good time, guys. We had a killer time with the kids over Easter weekend, found some new parks, and celebrated like royalty. There were lots and lots of hunts for eggs. Those things transpired all over the place. Kids and I had a really big blast of time. It was real good. Here's the topics that I'd like to chat about today. Glendale Middle School first. Here's an update. The kids' iPad deployment is scheduled for April 27th. There were 812 iPads that were delivered yesterday, plus 4% spare iPads. Those spare iPads will be helpful when it comes down to iPads that are breaking or whatever that's happening. We're working on universal rules for Glendale to adhere to for their deployment. Jan is going to be sending over the expectations that they modified from Newman's rules. Thank you, Gloria. Apple has created a very in-depth iTunes U assignment for having iPads deployed. Glendale wants to know apps that would be good for going to middle school iPads. Also, need to chat with Gloria and Leslie a little bit about that. It sounds like both schools are planning on deploying the iPads to all kids at one time. I'm kind of nervous about that, judging on what happened in LA and all the other things that have gone on where iPad deployments have failed miserably when all iPads are deployed at one time. However, I'm trying to be patient and give as much helpful advice as I can in the decision. So, trying to help them out as much as possible with that. Jackson Elementary, we're talking about them next. Jackson Elementary, there's an update with them. The kids' iPad deployment is scheduled for April 26th. There were 511 iPads delivered today, plus 4% spare iPads as well. The Apple Committee is meeting today to discuss apps and talk more about the rollout. I presented Osmo at their last faculty meeting, and Jana has decided to purchase it for anyone who wants to have it in the school. They've decided to purchase 3 swivel robots as well. Pretty rad. Moving on to talking about summer classes. Summer classes, I was wondering when we need to have those turned in and what we needed to have decided on those. So we should chat about that. That's what I'm thinking there. Classes ending. Okay, we've got classes that are ending. My classes have ended. Well, one of my classes has ended. I still need to submit the paperwork for the final list of participants that completed the class. I'll do that next week. I'm sorry if it's late. I'm going to do that. E-backpack class, this class is going really well. I don't have full participation, much to my chagrin. Yes, Gloria, I wish, and I feel your pain about the Edmodo class. These teachers are excited about the technology, though. I've created a whole bunch of different types of lessons and assignments in that class, and I continue to change it weekly. Moving on, my update on my Weebly. I have been working on my Weebly website, as you can see here. The Weebly website, I've been trying to update with new apps, trying to do a lot of research on new creation apps. The apps that I've put on here, a lot of the apps that I've come in contact with are really, really exciting. There's a lot of basic ones on here, but this one is really fun, even that I found out not too long ago and just been kind of messing around with it. So there's that. Moving on, talking a little bit about Carl Lyman. Yes, contacting Carl Lyman. I did contact Carl Lyman. I got to chat with him for a little while. Carl told me that I should go to any of the code.org trainings that are held here in Utah. He said that my best bet would be to go through the classes that are offered here locally. And also said that my best bet probably would be to become a code.org presenter. Last thing that I wanted to talk about, I was contacted by Turnitin. I've received a few emails from them to talk about what the program could look like and what it could look like in our district. This meeting would be scheduled for the week of May 9th. I don't have a firm date yet, but I'd love to have anybody come in that would like to hear a little bit more about Turnitin. Turnitin's an awesome plagiarism. It's an awesome plagiarism software program. Those are all my items that I need to present, and as always, keep blowing my mind, everyone, and I hope that your mind can be blown as well. There you are. There it is, right there. Let's blow each other's minds. Let's blow everybody's minds in the whole entire district. Good times. Hope you enjoyed this, and I will look forward to the next news update. Everyone, talk to you soon.